This is the Busy Doing Nothing podcast where you're right in the middle of the conversation. I am your host, Mr. Freeminds. To my left, I have
Taylor, aka Doc. To my left, I have
Lee.
Just Lee. I don't want to do that awkward pause this time. But how was everybody's week?
This week's been pretty good for me. Like I said, I've been marked as an alcoholic because of our drinks.
Right.
Literally because of us like drinking and doing ratings on drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I post it every week, so everyone's thinking that I'm an alcoholic now, and I'm like,
connoisseur.
yeah,
That's the appropriate word. You're a connoisseur.
I'm a connoisseur for these drinks that you guys won't buy.
Right.
from the store.
We need a sponsorship.
Right. Pay us.
Speaking
Right.
of drinks, I was the one that chose today's drink.
Happy Cinco de Mayo to everybody that celebrates. If you voted for Trump, you are not allowed to celebrate. Yeah, drink of the day is Camarina, Reposado, tequila. Yeah, let's go ahead and I think a lot of my ice melted in this cup already.
That
It was
was
a long
hot.
conversation
I'm up,
about
yeah.
Alright.
Our pre-show conversation.
Oh, it's not that bad.
A little zesty.
Mine was
Yeah.
real water. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna have to take a second one with a
Because
fresh one.
it's kind of watery.
Mine's a little diluted.
But it's not that bad.
Yeah, I didn't get the full bite, but
I think it's because of the ice. I think that's what did it.
Yeah, that drink hot.
Yeah,
Like,
we had to
and
take
melted
another
the
one.
ice.
Mm-hmm.
That drink hot.
I usually don't drink tequila because that always turns life into an adventure. So
life is an adventure.
yeah, but that's a different type of adventure. One that I'm too old for. But I try to. Tequila's cool. I just, I'm old. I drink my whiskeys. This is good though. I would give it about a 3. But well, you know what? Matter of fact,
I always forget we grade on a scale of
1 to
1 to
5.
5, and
Yeah.
I always like 3. Oh, damn! Out of 10. And I had to remember, like, oh, okay, out of 5.
I'm gonna have to get a second one before I actually get
That
my
was it.
grade.
I don't know yet. I don't
'Cause
want to rate it
it's-
yet because this one was diluted with water.
To be revisited.
Yeah, like,
Revisited.
later on in the episode.
I'm gonna do mine now.
True.
But other than that, what else I did this week? I went and go see Avengers, Infinity War this week. That movie was amazing.
Yeah.
It was sad but amazing.
Poor Spider-Man. I'm gonna try not to.
I don't want to do any spoilers because I'm trying to respect the fact that they don't want people to have spoilers. But
It's been a week.
yo, it's been a week. And the memes are out of control.
Right.
I have been avoiding Facebook.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like when it's something you want to see, you have to stay off social media. Like when Power season comes on, I stay off of social media. I think it comes out on Saturday nights, right? Whatever the day
I
is
don't know
before,
what
I
day
don't
it
get on
is.
social
I think
media.
it is Saturday.
Until I see it, I don't get on social media. I do that with
Yeah.
Power and
It's
Game
a-
of Thrones, and that's about it.
I saw one meme, like, this is everybody that died. And I'm like, I hope you're trolling. I'm going to go ahead and log off. I don't even want to know if you're for real.
I'm not
going
going to confirm or deny it.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not
I'm
going
going to go see it tomorrow and then see for myself.
Yes,
Yeah,
you got to
I'm
see it. It's
definitely
definitely a
gonna see it.
must see. I'm not going to spoil it though, but
It just makes you, it just lures you. The thing about Marvel movies is they lure you into seeing the next Marvel movie.
every single time.
Every single time. And that's what's so good about them.
And at this point, I was laughing at the people who, as soon as the movie jumped to credits, got up and left. I'm like,
why?
did y'all not?
Yeah,
Did you
like-
not learn anything from the last 10 Marvel movies? Like, you're going to see another
Never
cutscene.
do that.
They was
Every
like, but
single
everybody,
one.
everybody had their little emotional moment, and then they just got up and left when the credits started.
Yeah.
I guess because of the way it ended or whatever. And I'm just like, what are y'all doing? Sit down. Like,
Right.
There's something coming.
And they sometimes do like 2 cutscenes because they'll do one that's like, they'll scroll the credits and then they'll like show one in the middle and then sometimes they'll show one all the way at the end.
Yeah, this one only had
So,
one though. Like
yeah.
I sat in the seat until that little when you go to the movies too early and they be showing the commercials or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I sat there until those came back on because I'm like, I'm not about to miss none of these.
Damn, he really was
Like
in
once
there.
the ending cutscene came on, I was like, is that it? Okay, that's it. Like I wasn't about to miss none of that. But we got to do better. Stop getting up when the cutscenes come on.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go see it tomorrow.
Oh, let me drink this second
Yes.
shot before this one dilutes.
Yes, you have to go see it, definitely.
Cause everybody, did you see it yet?
Yeah, no, I've been talking to my mama, like, cause in my house, my house is like a Marvel household. Like my father,
Okay,
he
yeah,
grew
3.
up.
Sorry.
3. Yeah, like, my father grew up reading comic books, so like me and my sister grew up watching cartoons as a kid, like the 90s cartoons and stuff. So like now as adults, like we're watching the movies and stuff. So it's just like everybody got to talk about it. And I went to go see the Avengers on Sunday, and my mother and father haven't seen it yet. So I just been trying to bite my tongue the whole week because they just like, oh, so is it really, like, I keep getting on Facebook, is it really that good? Like, is it that bad at the end? Is it that, like, what's going on? Like, is it I'm sitting there like, I just can't talk to you. I can't talk to you until you go see it because
I know that there's,
all the they
tickets.
killed Wakanda status is like, listen,
Tickets and seats I know are limited, so it's like everybody can't see the movie opening weekend. But you're doing yourself a disservice and everybody around you by not seeing it because you're making everybody not want to spoil the movie. And it's just like one of those things where you want to talk about it, but then it's just like, so.
yeah, like, 'cause I want to talk about it. You gotta go see it.
Next week, we'll be able to talk about it as a group.
I gotta see it. Because people keep like, why haven't you seen it yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's
I know everybody was like Black Panther. People was seeing Black Panther because it was sold out everywhere
People
for
are
so
still
long.
seeing Black Panther.
It's still in the theaters?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought it was-
Like, as I said, like, usually that a movie like that would be gone by now. But Black Panther is still in the theater.
That's kind of dumb, though. Why would they keep Black Panther in the theaters now that the next movies come out?
Because
I guess 'cause they're
people are
milking it.
still, like, buying a
Probably,
ticket.
yeah, probably still.
So if people are still buying a ticket, it's still a demand for it.
But if you ain't seen Black Panther by now, like, what are you doing with your life?
Right.
I just don't get it. You didn't.
They
have you
waiting
seen
for it to
Black?
die
Don't-
down.
What?
You didn't see Black Panther?
Then you can't go watch
What?
Avengers.
You can't go see Avengers then. You gotta go see Black Panther
So
first.
okay. You can go watch Avengers tomorrow, but you have to watch a Black Panther the movie before. So you got to buy another ticket,
And see Black Panther.
see Black Panther, and then go 2 rooms over and watch
Yeah.
Avengers.
Yeah.
Did you watch Thor? The last Thor?
I did.
Did you watch So you watched all of them except Black Panther?
Didn't see Black Panther. That's
I
it.
was saying, I didn't see the last Thor. I was
Everybody
freaking-
wants to take my black card.
Well, it's a good thing that you did see Thor because I was lost because I didn't see Thor. So yeah, it's a good thing that you saw that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it definitely, all of it ties in. So it's like, if you missed
I mean, that's what it's meant to be because that's what the point of the whole cinematic universe is.
Yeah.
But
why didn't you go see Black? Like, I feel like
honestly, like the last movie I went to see was Ready Player One. I don't go to the movies that often, but I plan to go see Black Panther right after I saw Ready Player One. I don't know if I remember. You guys remember me telling you this? While I was in the theater, like everything was good. I enjoyed Ready Player One. It was a good movie. Got bit by a bed bug though, so it kind of like made me like,
oh.
like this.
But that came out after Black Panther, didn't it?
It did, but
Oh.
even still, like it was still in the theater. I was gonna go
Yeah.
see it.
That just turned you off.
It turned me off.
Bed bugs.
But I need
Which
to
theater
see-
was this again?
In Hunt Valley,
Okay, yeah, no.
AMC.
I'm never out there.
But I was saying, I'm not going out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know security. I don't go to security anyway, but I know they have that problem too.
Still, after they remodeled?
Apparently,
I haven't been to that.
I
theater.
haven't been there.
I've been to security since they remodeled, and I haven't had any problems with any bed bugs and stuff like that. But like, damn, all right, that makes me just not want to go there.
Yeah, as soon as you started mentioning bed bugs, I started itching. So, like,
right, I'm over
Yeah.
here
We're
like,
supposed to be going to, was it Harbor East Cinema? I don't remember the name of it.
Oh,
Tomorrow
okay.
to go see Avengers.
So now you just got to go 2.5 hours earlier.
just sneak into the movie, you know, like you gotta just go sneak in there. I mean, he got enough support, you know, like Black Panther definitely got our money.
But I don't, and you know, I don't want to be the one to promote it, but if you got Fire Stick,
You can go
just-
ahead and, like,
Yeah, let's go ahead. And,
If it's on the Fire Stick already, then I can just watch it. Too.
It is on the Fire
It
Stick
was
now.
like a week after it
If
came
a
out
good
because I watched
copy-
it like 3 times.
If a good,
I paid for it once, and I did my due diligence, and then after that, it was just like it's here. So
And
I'm
that's
gonna
what I
watch
said.
this
I'll
way.
wait until Avengers is on the front. But it's like I'm burning to
Oh,
see
no,
it now
yeah,
because
no.
everybody's like,
No, go support
"Let's see
Avengers.
Yeah.
I was like,
I only
support
make
it.
sure I go to the movies to see Marvel movies and Transformers. Everything else is like up in the air, maybe, but I always go
Transformers
see
lost
those
my
movies.
lost my
Really?
support.
Oh, after Shia
Oh,
LaBeouf?
listen,
Yeah,
not
like-
even Transform, and that's another Zack Snyder thing, I believe. But Transformers, like, it's like after the second movie, you're gonna probably, if you didn't already, probably notice after I say something. But every movie is the same movie, but with a slight difference. Like, oh, this is the Allspark. This is the artifact that. Oh, this staff.
It
that
really,
was
it
given to-
literally is like they
Some
always
type of
got some
ancient
type
thing.
of ancient thing that they're trying
Yeah,
to
and
get.
it's always like the Transformers came here with the dinosaurs. The Transformers
Yeah.
came here with King Arthur. That shit threw me off. Like, first of all, the King Arthur thing, it seemed like leftover
a reach.
footage from something else that Snyder was working on, but didn't get like the license for. So he's like, well, what do I do with this footage? Let's put it at the beginning
Yeah.
of Transform. Like,
I
what
just-
the fuck does King Arthur?
I'm just too far invested. I can't back out now. That's just where I'm at with it. But I think they supposed to be. Are they supposed to be making another one? I hope they do.
I don't know.
To be
Did I see
honest,
the last one? I don't
Transformers
even
is the
know.
reason
They all
is
blur into each other.
all of my motivation to when I bought the car that I bought because that's what
Your car looks like it's a transformer.
I wish it was.
Yeah.
Like the kid side of me be
Wish it
like,
was.
the kid side of me be like, can I just wake up one day and you be like 20 feet tall, just looking at me in my window or something, and I'll just be like, yo, I knew it.
They're like, get in.
Right.
I don't know about that, but
That's my kid side of like wishful thinking, but you know,
I'm not gonna say it because Shia LaBeouf isn't on there. I don't like it. I think it's just
Mark Wahlberg just doesn't really.
that's what I'm saying. I think it's Mark
And I like
Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
I think it's Mark Wahlberg.
I feel like Mark Wahlberg. He's not a terrible actor, but
I like him as an actor. I just don't think he fits in that.
yeah,
I don't
it's
think-
like
yeah, it's
if
that
when
movie.
he fits into a role, he fits. When
Yeah.
he doesn't fit, it's like
what?
he sucks. And it's weird because he's like I said, he's a good actor.
Mhm.
He sucked in Transformers. He sucked in The Happening.
Oh, he really sucked in the
I
hand.
don't remember what that. I don't think I've seen that.
The Happening is supposed to be a scary movie, but like
not.
it's really not.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't.
like
It's
I wanted to
basically-
see All the Money in the World. I started to watch it the other day, but then I stopped because I know he was in that too. But
Basically, the plot of The Happening is the trees are upset. Because
trees.
yes, yo, like that's
the
what it
trees
is.
are upset because mind you, they're not anthropomorphic trees; they're regular trees.
Just like
The trees are upset because we are disrespecting the environment.
Mm-hmm.
So they're releasing like spores in the air.
That's
that are
killing
causing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's causing people to kill themselves.
Yeah. Like
Like-
yeah. Like some 28 days later type shit, but with trees and spores.
like that sounds stupid, but it
It's
sounds like on the
incredibly
right
stupid.
bored night I would watch it.
It is an M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
So it's stupid by default.
I don't know who that is.
He usually makes dumb movies like Killer Birds and
With
like,
a twist at the end.
Killer tomatoes or something like that. Like it's literally like those how his storylines are really like what
It
the
just every movie gets stupider, and then I remember Lady in the Water
fuck? Yeah.
cracking up laughing when I figured out the name of like the technical name of the woman. She's the Narf, like the Narf. That's what they call. And you remember Pinky and the Brain? Narf.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Why would they do that? Why? Would
But like, yeah, The Happening was just like I wanted to go to the movies with my father to go see that, and like at the end of the movie, me and him looked at each other like, what the fuck did we just look at? Like, what did we just watch?
I don't
the
even
trees are literally making people kill each other, and we were just sitting there like,
M. Night Shyamalan with Signs.
mm-hmm.
I feel like if people were on him for that movie, it was an okay movie.
The movie is called Signs.
Signs.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I
which
don't
was
think I've
literally
seen
like a
that
movie
Signs.
about stuff appearing in cornfields, right?
Yeah. And I think he
I
also
haven't seen any of that stuff.
I think he also directed what was that movie? I Seen Dead People.
Sixth Sense.
Is that what it was?
Sixth Sense?
Yeah, that's what that.
I keep thinking Fifth Element, but
No, Fifth Element. No, not Fifth
it's
Element.
Sixth Sense.
It's the same guy in Fifth
That's what it
Element.
was.
Yeah, Bruce Willis.
Sixth Sense. I'm pretty sure he directed Sixth Sense too, and then he did Signs after that. But pretty much every movie after that was just like, how are you still gonna work? Like,
Wow.
He just got these like.
The twists are stupid at
yeah.
this point. Like,
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't know nothing about
He
no
probably got
killing
another
trees.
one that's probably about to come out eventually.
the last movie he did was After Earth with Will Smith and
And his
that
son.
one, that
His
one
son.
didn't do too well either.
I
sucked.
saw some of it. I didn't watch that whole movie.
I fell asleep on that movie.
it was
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
It was stupid. There was a point, like, it's a serious tone, you know, and there's something stalking Jaden Smith. And his suit turned from white to black because it was like, it reacts to, like, the environment. So something bad was coming, so his suit turned black.
That
Serious
is really
tone.
good. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Why is all of his movies about the environment?
I don't know. But it was.
Like he had some type of like.
I think he might be like a I don't know.
It was a serious tone to it, and Jaden Smith
What
goes,
is this?
Dad,
Get this again.
because he's like talking to his father like on the radio, and he's like trying to help him navigate through
Yeah.
like the terrain. And he's like, Dad, my suit just turned black. It looks cool, but I think it means something bad. And I'm like, I'm over this movie at this point. Like, yo, what? What?
I fell asleep.
He was supposed to have died like 10 times in that movie.
Second drink of the day is Bartonora Rose. It's not Friday, but
It's in
I don't even think
Nice.
this is a champagne. Is it?
Is it?
I don't know.
sparkling
It's really
Moscato.
sweet. That doesn't have like that
Moscato.
tartness.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
Moscato.
pretty good. That might have to actually be a regular. I give that a 5. The champagnes is getting 5s. The liquors is getting like a max of like 3s. Maybe that's just says something about our character.
haven't
Maybe
had
we
that
need to turn this into a champagne show or a wine show or something like that. I don't know. When's the next wine festival? I feel like we need to go to that.
I want to go to a wine festival. We definitely should go to a wine
Yeah, I
festival.
haven't been to one
I've never been to one.
since in 2 years. Like I went to the Jamaican Wine Festival
Oh, that
in
sounds fun.
2016. It was nice, and that's what made me start drinking Riesling. Is my wine of choice now.
Yeah, we'll have to definitely make that happen. Wine festivals, because these are all 5s so far.
Yeah, but
I'm good at the wine, not good at picking the liquors, I guess.
a $24 bottle of Riesling. It was the best Riesling I ever had. I don't remember the name of it, but I've been drinking Riesling ever since, and I have yet to find a Riesling that was as good as that one.
That's cool. So how was your week? I don't think we got around the table.
Oh well, 20 minutes later, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we started going into movies and
Right.
Mark Wahlberg and
Right. It was mostly uneventful. Like the most eventful thing that happened was that whole mix up with that random dude calling my phone, and I thought it was Jay, and it really wasn't. And I was this close to going over there to saying like, "Are you suicidal? Like, why do you sound like?" I literally thought like,
I'm glad you didn't, because you might not have been here today. You know?
I literally, I'm like, why do you sound so sad? Like, I'm like, did your girlfriend break up with you? Like,
So when he called you, his voice sounded like him too?
It sounded like him.
Wow.
But really high, like under the influence of something. And I kept saying, like, why do you sound so sad? Are you okay? He's like, no, I'm just high. Like, and I'm like, okay, I've never been around him while he's high. Maybe, how high are you though?
Right.
That is altering your speech this much. He never at one point corrected me when I asked, did your girlfriend break up with you? No, I'm just high. Okay. When did you move? Like I asked him that before it, like the.
So the
it
guy
was
that you were
weird.
speaking to had a girlfriend, right?
Maybe.
Like everything, like
Or he was too high to know
right.
what
He
a
was
girlfriend
just
is.
like he was just talking to you.
I think, and what it was, because he called me the night before or after midnight, you know,
Yeah.
before, and I'm like, why would Jay call me this at midnight? Like something must be wrong. And then it's like when I call back the next day, he's like, oh no, I just want to know if you wanted to chill. I just needed to talk, you know. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, are you? You sound like you are. Like, are you okay? Should I call someone? Like, genuinely concerned. And it's like right when I was about to get my lift to be on the way over there, it's like, hold on, something is not right. Something is eating me inside. What did you say your name was? Dre. Oh, Dre, not Jay. I don't know what Dre. How did you? I don't.
Yeah, wow. So that's the new method, I guess, people, you know.
guess.
Just pick up your phone, hit 10 random numbers and see where it goes.
I left this part out. Like, I sent him the picture before he called me, and we confirmed, like, hey, you're not who I thought you were. So, like I said, it didn't go through before he called me. So he's like, hey, send me a picture for your contact. I send it, and then he immediately called me. So I'm like, yeah, like, and then we figure out he's not who I thought he was. Hang up, picture goes through, and he's like, I mean, can we still chill? And I'm like, no. And then he texts back. I never responded to this. He texts back like, not gonna lie, you look fuckable.
What?
We gotta do better, fellas.
And it's at that I felt so disgusted at that moment. How do you respond to that? I just didn't respond. Like,
we gotta do better. That was that.
You look fuckable. Wow.
Not gonna lie, you look fuckable. I am so glad I was not in it's like I kept replaying in my head of what if I actually got out of the lift and saw this person. And it's just like
the lift pulled off at that point.
And it pulled off.
Right.
And it's like, okay, I'm
That's
not
like
coming. I'm not coming inside. For one, I don't know you. I'm gonna stand here and get another lift, or maybe walk up the street. Because he said he was on Penn North, and I'm like,
hell no.
I don't do Penn North.
Right.
But something sounds like something is wrong. Let me go make sure my friend is okay.
Or so you thought.
Or so I thought. Was not him.
Wow. Yeah, no, I've never had anything happen like anything.
You will learn there's a pattern at this point. Weird shit happens to me all the time. Like, I just attract weird shit. I don't know what it is. At least every week, something weird happens to me. When there's a week of nothing, it's like, I almost made it. Friday was the day, but I almost made it. A week of nothing, and then that weird shit happened. Like,
wow. I'm still tripping off the text you said he sent you. That
yeah, like he really said, "Not gonna lie, you look fuckable," and I'm like,
wow.
Like, if he texts you sometime next week, like, so hey, how you doing?
I'm gonna block his number.
I would have already did it if I was you.
Right? Like what?
That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. You look. No, that's what it was. We can't hang out. No. My jaw, we made it very clear.
Did you say no with a period? Because the period is making
just
a difference.
No period.
Nope. So you should have put a period.
We can hang out between
the
us.
Periods make a difference.
We can hang out between us. I won't tell if you won't. I didn't respond. 2 minutes later, I'm not gonna lie. You look fuckable.
Wow. That's a shot if I've never seen one. Like that's
a swing and a miss.
Yeah, that's like a 2 seconds left on the shot clock and you heave it from down court type.
So he waited an extra 2 minutes to add that extra tidbit there.
Yeah, that's
when he got no response from the.
That's tough. I've never gone that hard.
That's a new way of meeting people, guys.
Yeah, that must be a new. Yeah.
If that is what happened, because I didn't give my number out to anyone. Mm-hmm. He said, yeah, we met, and I'm trying to. Did he say my name? Molly? Some abnormal name. It wasn't Molly. I don't know. But anyway, it was just like, no, definitely not my name.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
crazy.
Man, like my new phone, my contacts got saved or scrambled up. Huh?
It happens.
Does it?
Yeah, like my phone always links contacts with people that it's not supposed to be linked to. I think the phone thinks that these two people are related, so let me just link these two contacts. So it happens.
Even still. Really?
But the way that progressed, like after he realized, like, okay, this isn't who I thought it was. Like that's.
It's like all right. So either that weird thing you just said, but even still, I didn't give my phone number to anyone named Dre or anyone for that matter that I don't know personally, besides you guys. A, and B. It's sometimes when you have an old number saved in your phone. Somebody else has been assigned that number. Mm-hmm. I've had this number since the 7th grade, though. So
right. I've had my number.
That's not the case either.
At least 10 years.
So did you just call a random number and see if a female would pick up?
Well, what if he did get someone's number, but he
heard the right number?
Yeah, like he heard a 1 digit wrong or something. Like,
or they just gave him a wrong number and it just so happened to be hers.
So
they dodged the bullet.
Didn't they?
Right. It came straight for you. Good thing you dodged it.
Yeah. Like, it's in his best interest not to text me back because I'm gonna block his number. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy. I've never gone that hard. Like that's a whole nother. That's like
yeah.
some.
And it's like, even if I wasn't married, like, guy, you live on Penn North. What he said was, yeah, before I, like, this is what like made me realize too. Like, he's like, yeah, you know, when I got your number, like, what did he say? When I got your number, like, you know, I ended up losing my phone right after that, and you know, it's been a couple months. I just got my phone back. I'm like,
So you a couple months to get a phone?
strike two. If I wasn't in a relationship already.
So he just
And then it's like, it was Friday. I'm like, you don't have to work today. Still thinking it was Jay at this point. He's like, oh, no, I ain't got to work. And I'm like,
I ain't got to work because I don't have no work.
you don't have a job. You live on, listen, I don't want to discriminate about where anyone lives because I live right in the, well, it's not that hood in the area, but it's not Penn North.
right.
And it took you months to get a phone. Like, listen, someone out there for you, like, the nice transition, right? Some females are into nothing ass dudes.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those females.
Yeah, that is a good transition. Cause, what was the seen a post that it was a woman that posted it. I can't remember her name, but she basically posted like there is always a guy who basically worshiped the ground a woman will walk on and would treat them like, you know, royalty or whatever, but they're just not attracted to that guy mentally or physically or whatever the post went. And so basically it was like a long drawn out way of saying the good guys get friend zoned or just overlooked.
Like, I don't have a guy that's around, like, that's gonna wait on me hand and foot other than my boyfriend. So, like, and my boyfriend's not really gonna wait on me hand and foot because he's gonna tell me about myself sometimes. But, like, you know, so, like, I don't have anyone that is friend zoned like that. So I can't speak on the women that do, but I know that there are some women that really do. That have, like, guy friends who they just won't give a chance to at all. So, and I don't know why.
I mean, well,
I mean, if you're not attracted to somebody, you're not attracted
Well,
to them.
yeah.
So I'm not going to say it's I'm not going to put that onus on the women because if you just don't, if it's not there, it's not there. You can't force it.
In my case, like, I've had, like, my best friend has a friend like that right now, and I have had friends like that. I'm still friends with them, but it was like,
God damn, that is good.
it was like, he's a nice guy. You know, I'm sure would be a great boyfriend to someone, but we're just friends. I've never looked at him that way, you know? So it's like, I know that he would do anything for me and all this stuff he has done, you know, but we're just friends. Like, I don't, and it's like, I've kind of felt like at one point he felt entitled to that, like,
Entitled to what? Like, being more than a friend?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like, well, I don't understand why won't you just tell me? Like, he was like trying to force it out of me. Like, how do you feel about me? Like, I demand to know. Like, I demand to know. I want to know. And it's like, this is awkward. Like, please stop. Like, I'm in a relationship. But I mean, if you weren't, why?
Yeah, like, why?
It doesn't
matter, right?
So, if you're just not attracted to someone, like, it is what it is. And it's like some people like to try and guilt trip you, you know, based on this, but you shouldn't let anybody try and force you into something that you don't want.
Yeah, no.
You know. So.
Nobody should be forced into a situation that they don't want. But I do think it's funny, though, because I don't think I've ever been in that situation particularly, but I do remember, like, years and years and years ago when I was, before I went into, because this is usually, I guess, the life cycle transition of most young guys growing up. You're a good guy, and then you run into a trash chick, and that turns you into a savage until further notice. And it's just like, as the good guy, when you see like the chick that, you know, doesn't appreciate, the things or whatever that you do, and then they go off and do whatever they do, and then you see them later on in life and how that dude treated her wrong. You kind of like, that's what you get.
On that same note though, like there was this one guy, like we're still friends to this day, but like we don't speak often. But he used to have the biggest crush on me, and like I thought he was a good-looking guy, but at the time, like I was like fresh out of a relationship, so it's like I didn't want to, make him the rebound guy. Like we went on a date once or twice, but again, I didn't want to. It just felt bad. Like, I didn't want to make him seem like a rebound guy or anything. Yeah. So he, like, fell back after a while. I'm like, okay. But then years later, like, we linked back up as friends. And he was a hoe at this point. So it's like,
this is what happened.
You're not even the good guy anymore. It's like, I felt bad a little bit. Like, I should have took it when I had the chance. But it's like, I don't want it now. Like, they can be cool. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, you should just let me have it. Like,
Like, I got best friends. Like, I got guy best friends, and they are good men. Like, they're good to whoever they wind up being with. Cause I always hear them venting to me about their problems, and they're good. But it's just like, I don't know. I think I had one friend that I actually had thought about one time. Like, but it was like, I don't know what made me think about it. Like, I think it was just the fact of his situation that made me think about, like, maybe I should try, like, maybe I should date you or something, because it's like you just don't deserve that, and I feel like I could give you what you deserve, but at the same time, yeah, like, it made me feel like I had to save him or something, like, because he was married, he got divorced, and it was the reason why he had got divorced was because, like, his wife was cheating on him and stuff like that, so it was just like, yo, you don't deserve that, because I know you're my best friend. And it was just like, you don't even deserve that type of stuff. But then at the same time, it was like I slapped myself into reality. Like, I don't even like you though, like that. Like, it was just like, I don't like you. A sympathy relationship. Yeah, it was like, I don't like you on that type of level. Like, you my best friend. Like, we geek, and like that's what we do. But I can't see me dealing with how you deal with situations. Like,
yeah. So I mean, and it's funny because I tried to put a chick into the friend zone because like we was like, okay, so. It was somebody that, earlier on in life, like years and years and years ago, I was attracted to. And then I wasn't attracted to them anymore. But they were cool. And I'm just like, yo, we can be friends. We would talk, chill, geek, like all that whole thing. But she wanted us to be together. And I was at the point where I'm like, nah. Because I'm just not attracted to you anymore.
Right.
And so, but... Then I guess once she found out, that I was in a relationship or, whatever, she I guess she took it to heart. She blocked me on everything. I'm just like, okay, well, I mean, sorry, I just wasn't attracted to you. It's just like, I get what some women go through in terms of that. Like, somebody that you have a connection with, you're just not attracted to. And you shouldn't be with somebody that you're not attracted to because it's like, that matters. As shallow as it sounds, it matters. You don't want to be with somebody that's like, you cool, but you ugly, yo. Right. like I like you, but God, you just
and even beyond physical attraction, it's like, oh, you're cool, but I just don't. Not even like a physical attraction thing, like, because I had people in the past where it's like, okay, well, I find you physically attractive, but I just can't go there. I just don't see it.
That means it's probably something mentally that's just not.
It's just something about them. They just be like, I can't accept.
And
it.
It's like, and now we're not friends because they couldn't accept that. Like, oh well, I don't want to be friends anymore. Like,
they must have really liked you.
Saying that in like elementary school.
They must have really liked you. I feel like when somebody go and make a decision like that, they were far past the point of like a simple attraction. Yeah. Like, they was, like, a little bit infatuated with... This is true.
And it's, like, it's a little unfortunate. Like, I've had people that I was really close with that I had to just stop being friends with because it didn't make me comfortable. Like, I feel like I can't hang out with you and chill with you like I could before because you have this attraction now. Like, no, we can still be cool. No.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where once you cross that line, it's like, you can't go back because it's like... now it's just awkward.
Yeah.
I'm not trying.
And it's like friends, but I would go over their house and hang out. I don't want to say one of the guys because it sounds cliche, but I'm just like I'm chilling, and then now you flip it on me with this whole. I always had a crush on you. Don't do this. Like, now I have to stop answering your phone calls.
But some people will confuse like consistency with a connection. It's just like, oh, I see you all the time, and we hang out, we have fun, so I like you. I guess, but it's not really that. Like, just because you see somebody on a regular basis and y'all get along, don't mean y'all supposed to be together. Like,
I think it's because some people, it's really people out here that don't even believe in male and female being platonic. Like,
that's true too.
So like that interferes with like their interactions as well. Because if you don't think that you can be platonic, you're gonna automatically think that because you are cool with this person, that person likes you or something, and it's just. That's not the case.
This is true. I'm one of the ones that do believe that platonic relationships exist. Like, you can be cool with somebody and be like really cool with somebody, but that's it.
Yeah.
And like some people, and there are people who don't believe that, and they'll either ruin their friendships or get into relationships and like ruin the relationship because it's just like they don't believe that whoever they might be with can just be friends with another person.
Right.
And so it's like, I'm a platonic relationship believer because I have platonic.
Yeah, I have platonic relationships too. But I have friends that, like my best friend, she thinks that she believes in platonic relationship, but like when interacting with her, it just seems like she does it. It's like every single time that a guy interacts with her, she assumes that they like her, and I'm like. That's not like they don't like you. Like I mean, I'm not gonna say that. I don't know. Yeah, like they always think there's someone like that doesn't mean that he likes you just because he's talking to you about this subject.
Right,
like
talk to you about basketball.
Yeah, like
you think he's on you.
Yeah, like no, that doesn't mean he likes you.
And I have that same friend. Like even when like I have male friends, and a lot of the strongest friendships I have are with men. And I think it's like a mental thing for me. I feel like if you can look past the fact that I'm a female and you're a male, and we can just be friends, like that's when I make the strongest bonds. Like I respect that. Like you know, but. I have had male friends, and we can have conversation about girlfriends that come up or like sex topics that come up. Not necessarily like, well, this is what I would do to you. That's out of pocket. But certain sex topics that come up, and we can just remain neutral about it. Like, and really, you be doing that? Like, man, y'all dirty. Like, it's just like it'll stay at that. It won't go beyond that. Like, damn, I knew you. Let me see you. Too much.
Yeah.
Her, if this comes about, these topics come about. She sees that as, well, he brought the topic of sex up, so I think he want to fuck. And I'm not trying to fuck. 2 days later, well, I was curious, so...
So she fucked her.
I mean, no, he didn't come on to me, but I was just curious, like...
Yeah, I done seen some stuff like that too, and I'm just like, you ain't had to do that. Like that doesn't mean that they liked you. Like now you just fucked this nigga,
and now you're not friends.
Yeah,
right,
now
you're
not
friends.
Avoid your crazy ass. Like,
but,
just.
So yeah, I don't know. And then what makes somebody think like that? Everybody likes you. Like that is really
that's like some self-absorbed.
Yeah,
Is she light skinned?
Self-absorbed shit.
No.
Oh, okay.
That's really like shallow.
Is she light skinned?
Yeah,
It hit me late. Like,
I just had to clarify.
You guys ain't want to tell us, team light skin? Like,
Listen, I'm light skinned and I know how being light skinned is. Like light skinned people, they can be so self-absorbed. It's like, yo, so what? You yellow. That doesn't mean that the world is going to bend beneath your feet. Like. Just because somebody's talking to you don't mean they're attracted to you. Like, nah, like...
people have, like, this stigma towards light-skinned people, though, based on that, though.
Yeah, and it's like, I know how it goes.
Sometimes I get it thrown at me. I am not light-skinned. But by some people's
You're brown
standards...
skin.
Right.
Yeah.
Some people are like, well, you're light-skinned. What?
I think you're in the middle. Like I think
as a member of the light skin delegation, I will say
you're light skinned.
Yeah, I know. I'm like 2 shades before white. Like you got white,
you're light
got me.
Yeah.
So it's like
I may be light brown skin. I'm not light skin though.
Yeah, you're light brown skin. Yeah.
Yeah. But
some people get offended because they'll think they're light skinned, and then here comes me, and I'm like, you're not.
And then they be like, what?
Right. They try like I'm taking something from them. And I'm just like,
I have so many friends and like associates like, you're light skinned. No, I'm not, honey. Well, you know, colored tattoos will show up on you. Why is that relevant?
What? Right.
So the fact that it's the stupidest reasons to show that I'm light skinned. Like, have you seen me in the summertime? I'm like Shaka Zulu black. Like, not light skinned. Light skinned people don't tan that hard. I don't know. It's like,
that is a good benefit. Our tattoos do show pretty well. I appreciate that. And we can get colors. Even though I can't. I don't know.
I can probably get colors.
Yeah, and it would show, and it would be fine. But like, you know, we look like almost Xerox paper. So it's like if somebody was to print out a nice, real colorful picture, it would show the same on our skin. So, but
yeah, but I am not light skinned.
I just assumed she was light skinned because she sounded like she was self-absorbed, and we gotta stop that.
It might be
in fact,
that
she's the exact opposite. Like, and I think that's the problem. Like, she's very not self-conscious. What's the word I'm looking for? It's such a common. I feel
Insecure?
so insecure.
Okay.
I don't know why I couldn't get that just now. She's very insecure, I believe. And
I'm actually feeling it. That's probably why I'm feeling a little.
It's the drink. It's the wine.
It's the wine.
I
had 2 shots of that, but this is what's doing it. I can tell.
It's the wine. The wines are getting that's lit.
Yeah, we about to be the busy doing wine show.
But yeah, but I always thought that was weird. Like, even you, I feel like certain people would consider you light skinned too. We're like the same complexion, aren't we?
I think we are the same complexion. Yeah. But people do like some people. I always get like both. Some people say I'm brown skinned. Some people say I'm light skinned. But like I majority get light skinned if I'm lighter than the person who's talking to me.
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah, like if I'm lighter than the person who's talking to me, then I'm light skinned. If I'm darker than the person who's talking to me, I'm brown skinned. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
The thing is, there's nothing wrong with any of it.
Yeah.
And some people take it as, if you tell them they're not light skinned, they get offended. Or if you tell them that
that's why.
Like, being light skinned is not a trophy. Like,
You're right.
We all black. It's the same thing. Like, you know, it's no.
It's just the colorism. It's the whole thing with colorism.
Yeah,
like,
true.
The idea that it's a privilege that comes with being a lighter skin. So that's why people always trying to.
That's like that.
They trying to label you. Like I remember when
team light skin, team dark skin.
What was it, like 3 years ago? Chicks. I don't know. Whenever people started talking that light skinned girls don't text back type shit. When people started doing shit like that, I saw a lot of like parties. It was like I remember it was this party that was being promoted that was in New York about like light skin versus dark skin party.
They had a party about
that?
That's crazy.
There was a lot on Twitter. I feel like Twitter especially back in like between 2011 to like 2014 maybe. It was like really prevalent then. Like a lot of team dark skin versus team light skin.
That's around the time period. I feel like that was when it was going on. Cause it was just like I feel like that was around the time that party went on. Because it was like people was like, and it was like it just didn't make no sense because it was like if you light skin, you get in free, and it was just like how the fuck you light skin and you get into the party for free? Like that's
crazy.
Fucked up. Like just because you light skin.
And this was like, and it's like around that time period, it's like I would see stuff on Twitter like dark skinned girls smell like fish and light skinned girls smell like Febreze.
Yeah, and it's just like what?
Dark skinned girls taste like chocolate and light skinned girls taste like sardines. Stupid shit. Like it was just like that whole thing. I was just going back and forth. Light skinned girls sweat maple syrup and dark skinned girls sweat.
Let's not get into the men. When they start talking about the men, they talk about light skinned men being like pussies or whatever versus dark skinned men being like I don't know.
I feel like light skinned women are celebrated, and society is transitioning to dark skinned men being celebrated, which is cool. You know, I don't mind. I just, as a light skinned man, I'm gonna go ahead and say this: light skinned women are the devil. Like, I can't think of one good thing to say about light-skinned women, other than the fact
Wait,
that they,
so-
I don't like. I mean, they're
Jalen
black.
is like our complexion, right?
Yeah,
She
Jalen's
is?
like brown skin.
Yeah, she's brown. And that's perfect. I have never had a good experience with light-skinned women. And I think it's because light-skinned women don't like light-skinned men. And that's more colorism stuff.
Yeah, 'cause
but every
I
time
don't
I,
really
see a
see a
light-skinned woman, she's
light-skinned-
with a brown-skinned guy or darker. And I mean, cool. But I just don't have, I've never had that, like, light-skinned, like, they're just so
I dated this
treacherous.
I had this long relationship with this light skinned boy before, and I used to hate when he used to bring like light skin, dark skin stuff up because I was darker than him or whatever. So he would just be like, well, he would just say stuff like, "I'm light skinned, so I don't gotta do this type of shit," and I'm just sitting there like, "Yo, like what?"
I'm light-skinned.
He like it'd be certain things that he just be like, "I'm light skinned, I don't gotta do this." Or he would try to justify on our skin color while we did certain things, and I'm just like, no, I just did this shit because I don't want to do this shit. Like, not because I'm brown skin or whatever. Like, what is your problem? Like, I
I've
don't
never
understand
used my
it.
pigment to justify why I'm not going to do something. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know, and I'm kind of glad we not together, cause like, yeah, that it definitely would come up often, and and it was around that time when all of that colorism stuff was going on. So I don't know if it was Facebook that was making him kind of like
Blew his
act
head up.
that way. Yeah, so
So
like,
weird. Like I never dated someone or even considered their skin color while I was dating
Yeah.
anybody.
I don't do that either. So I mean, I do like when I first started, like when I get seriously into dating, I did have a preference of like certain guys that I did like to talk to though. Like when you start dating people or when you're looking to find someone to date, you know, I was just like, oh, I did like dark skinned men for some reason, and I just thought that I was like. I grew up in a family, like my great grandmother is still living, and she was basically like, she took on the role of my grandmother, because my grandmother is just, she's wild. So like my great grandmother took on my grandmother role. So my great grandmother, she still lives in, like, with a mind frame of the era of like slavery. So like, because her father was an actual slave. So like, basically, when I would bring like a boyfriend home, it would be like, oh, he had to be light skinned because you're dark skinned. Like, well, I'm not really
way to
dark
get closer
skinned.
to the
It was
house.
just like you want it to be fair skin. When you have kids, you want to be able to have pretty babies or whatever type
So they can
thing.
get closer to the house.
So you'd be close to the house basically. So when I had that light skinned boy as my boyfriend, she loved him so much. Like it was just like, yes, you know, he's the right color. I remember the first time I brought him around the Christmas dinner, she was just like, he's the right color. I'm glad you brought him here. And I'm just like, the fuck? Like, you
My
know?
grandmother is the opposite.
So,
It's so weird because she's light skinned, but she's
Light-skinned
racist.
women do not like light-skinned men. I'm trying to tell y'all
It's
this.
weird.
They do
She's
not
so
like
racist.
us.
Like I used to date this guy who was like, I don't think he was black at all. Like he was like Arab and whatever he was, there was no black mixed in there. And I brought him home one day, and she said, "Oh, where are you from?" And he's like, "You know, I live in Towson." And blah. She said, "Oh, I mean, like, what's your like? What do you mix with?" And he's like, "Oh, you know, I forgot what area like of Middle East he was from." But he was like a light skinned Middle Eastern guy. So my grandmother goes, "Oh, you know, he a nice looking guy. So you one of those sand niggas."
what?
Sand?
One of them saying.
She
That's
doesn't
weird.
realize that the shit that she says is fucked up, so she just kept going.
I feel like it's older people
Older
because,
people
like,
don't know.
yeah, they just don't like.
They don't know no better.
They don't know. Like, for my grandmother to just straight up tell me that he the right color in front of him, like it was just like, what? Like he the right color, and then like what? A couple of years later, when I brought in a dark skinned dude, it was just like, like where the other do that?
I don't know. She,
Right?
has her picks. Like there was one light skinned guy that I brought home, and we weren't even dating or anything. And he was like way older than me. Like I had to be 23, and he was like 41.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Where
he
did
was
you find
like,
him at?
we weren't really dating or anything like that. But he was just a coworker. But he like worked out a lot, so he was really buff. So he didn't even look his age. But like I found him attractive, but it was just like,
Yeah.
But he like we went. Our job like had something. They bought. I don't know if we went to Dave and Buster. I don't remember, but he dropped me off home, and I was still living with my grandmother at the time. And he's like, "Can I use the bathroom?" I'm like, "Sure." I didn't know she was still up, so she watches him walk through the house, and I'm like, "He's light skinned. She's going to have something to say." He went and used the bathroom. He spoke, everything. He walked back out. She walked to the door, and then she walked to the window because this is what she does. She watches people walk to their car, and she came to me. She said, "Who was that?" I said, "Oh, that's just my corporate. He is fine." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's different. That's not what I expected him to say." Please don't say anything to this man while he's here because it's gonna be ignorant, whatever you say.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't say anything. What is happening?
Because he was light skinned.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I don't know. Something is happening.
Oh.
It was because he was light skinned. And I don't understand. It's an older generation, so I don't know, like, the environment that they grew up in. It might be, that's why they react the way they do now to, like, different colored people. Because, like, my grandmother, like, she still thinks, like, she's in a period where like the way she still, even though like she don't have to, like, even it's whoever she interact with. If she go to the doctor, she don't want a black doctor because she don't that a black doctor don't know what he talking about. For some reason she just be like, I want to listen to a white doctor because the white doctor might know what he talking about more so than a black doctor. And it just don't make no sense. Like, she just stuck in the old way of thinking.
And that's crazy because you say like your grandmother's and like you say grandmother or great grandmother.
It's my great grandmother.
Great grandmother. Like she's still caught in that mindset of, I guess, the past or slavery or whatever. And then obviously we got Kanye West, who good God, he's still doing his thing, being Kanye, talking about, and he thinks the fact that slavery lasted 400 years, it was more of a choice than, whatever the alternative, whatever the actual situation was. And I like Kanye West's music. Let me go ahead and preface my statement by saying that I disagree wholeheartedly with what he said because of how he said it, but somewhere there's like a little glimpse in me that says I kind of see where he's coming from.
You get what he's trying to say.
He just said it wrong.
He said it wrong.
And that's my position on it. Like, okay, I also seen a thing on, I don't know if it was Facebook or Instagram, but you didn't see Black Panther. I'm going to spoil this part because you should have seen it. At the end of Black Panther, right, where when T'Challa was like, yo, you don't have to die right here. We can fix you up and whatever. And he was like, for what? So you can imprison me or enslave me or whatever? I'd rather die in the ocean with my ancestors. Yeah. That was a choice he made, to die instead of living whatever life somebody else had planned out for him. So, and people applauded that. Like, everybody loved that about Killmonger and Black Panther. That was his choice. And in a way, I can see how people can say that could have been a choice back then. But I also understand that, with the whole what's it called, the transatlantic slave trade? Is that what it was? Yeah. That whole thing, they was pulling people from all different types of areas in the continent, and they probably couldn't communicate with each other. They probably, and it was just weird the whole way over. So, like, that option might not have been available to everybody.
I don't know. What people fail to realize, though, a lot of the slaves that were brought over from Africa back then were already enslaved.
They were war prisoners.
Yeah. So they were enslaved by other African people already. And
although it wasn't the same.
It's a different type of slavery. Yeah. Their slavery was more like a butler. Servant. More so being like a servant. So being sold into slavery, American slavery, I don't even think that they even knew that their slavery was changing. Like, it was just like...
And they didn't.
It was ignorance. And, like, from the moment that you left that continent to come to a whole nother different place, you were ignorant to everything. So how could you say like, this is why I don't know if I can't say it was a choice, because there's no way that you weren't able to communicate with other slaves because you was probably speaking a different language. You didn't know the continent that you were going to, so there was no way that you could plan a revolt to leave certain areas. It really was it's gonna take time in order to really be free, because you have to learn where you're going to. You have to learn how to communicate in another language. It was basically, you were set back from the start, from the moment that you were being sold into a whole nother slavery. You were set back.
And mind you, they probably were transported with the mindset like, okay, this is going to be similar to what I'm already doing.
Right.
Got there and was like, whoa.
Yeah, and it was something totally different. You get on the plantation, you don't know how to talk to the people that's on the plantation. And then when you finally learn how to speak to people, you got to sit here and speak to them about your surroundings, about like how we're gonna escape. Then when you try to escape, you don't know that there were other white men out here that it was against the law for you to escape. Then they would hunt you down and kill you.
And all the time while they're trying to figure out each other, they're being beaten and indoctrinated the situations in which they had to live in.
So these people are injured and malnourished.
It was a whole system.
And uneducated to what is happening around them, honestly, basically. So they were at a severe disadvantage. And they're a minority. More so then than now, you know, because we're still a minority. But
actually, I thought we were more of a minority now than we were then. Or is that?
We came and we multiplied here. So most likely we were more of a minority
back then.
Okay.
Because, you know. But
makes sense. Yeah.
And I think they still consider they would rape you, and then you still were called a minority. You had your child and everything. You had that child and everything. Your child wasn't still living with
your child was a mulatto baby.
So it was like you still was a minority back then, regardless. So I just think that like Kanye West's statement would just show ignorance to his history, because like you can't just say it was a choice, because there are so many different circumstances for reasons why people couldn't revolt on a level that he assumes that it should have been done.
And he didn't make mentions to revolt. It's not like there was no revolts. Like everybody just kind of chilled out until all of a sudden one day
I don't like to discredit anybody based on their mental illness, but we have to take what Kanye says with a grain of salt, because he's not all there. That's just facts. He's not all there. That's not an opinion. Kanye West is not getting the help that he needs.
And mind you, he said that in the middle of saying a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
And what happened was, of course, the internet. They pulled that one statement and revolved the entire perspective around that one statement. He said a bunch of other stuff, some of which made sense, and I think that's an issue in and of itself, because one, he was going on a rant basically, and sometimes when you're going on a rant, you're just firing off at the mouth and you're not really thinking about what you're saying as you're saying it. I mean, granted, that's not an excuse, but you know, it happens. And so like, I think once someone put everything into perspective, because they did, what was his name, Van Lathan?
You talking about the journalist?
The TMZ guy.
Yeah, the journalist.
He told him like, yo, nothing that you're saying is making sense. And it's not like Kanye fought him about it. It was like,
he apologized to him.
He apologized, and then he tried to make amends or whatever. The dude didn't really want to hug it out with him, which I can understand. But it's not like he was bullheaded about it. Like, I know what I said, it made sense, and you need to just, you know, it was one of them situations where he was probably just firing off at the mouth. And again, I just don't.
It was just like he was just saying stuff without really having any empathy behind it.
Right.
Though. Because like you can
misguided.
you can say things, or you can have this free thought that he says that he has, but at the same time you gotta respect a whole history that you're trying to basically make it erase. Yeah, I'm not gonna say he was trying to erase it, but it was just like you kind of ignoring the facts of life. Like you're trying to ignore the facts of life to try to prove a point.
I mean, I guess it could be interpreted in many ways. Like honestly, at the end of the day, like you said, he probably was just firing stuff off, and he said whatever came to mind, and it made no sense. But it can really be interpreted anyway. Like my initial interpretation of the statement was like, okay, well, the state of mind that a lot of black people have nowadays is a choice. Like you choose to hate Trump without looking at I guess, his positive whatever he does. I don't know. Or you choose to remain on food stamps when you could do this, or you choose to remain oppressed when there are other options. It can be interpreted that way, sure. You choose to remain ignorant to certain things. And I guess, yeah, definitely this. Because, like me, I don't give a shit what Trump is doing. Like, he did something, and now less taxes come out of my check. Okay, thanks. But,
yeah. You
choose to remain ignorant to certain things when it comes to political standpoints and things of that nature. So you choose to remain a slave. You know, you're not woke. I hate that term so much. Yeah, but you're not woke. You choose to remain slave. That is how I initially interpreted it, open and shut, before I got any of the additional information and saw the full interview and all that stuff. But really, it's up to who's receiving the information, how you want to interpret it.
I feel like he should have argued it better, because to me, even though people, like, a lot of people are saying that it is from the mind frame, because you're not the only one that said that to me, the mind frame of, like, today's society and us being able to have a choice.
Yes.
For him to blatantly say 400 years of slavery, like, it brings me automatically to our American history of slavery.
Oh, crap.
That was it?
Was it? Well, I'll let you
we be filling this in these champagne bottles and wine bottles like it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are just bubbles at that point.
Yeah, that was it.
All right, that's it.
We be finishing. I'm like nothing.
But yeah, I mean, I agree with what you're saying. Like, our American history is taught from the perspective of the white man, and so
and it needs
a
to
lot
change.
of the things that black people did do that were impactful during American history, they either changed the story to make it sound like something that it wasn't, or they completely omitted it.
Yeah.
So. And because he was probably had access, you know, especially growing up, to the same, if not less, of that information than we did coming up. And he became an affluent, rich black man who he didn't really have to pay attention to those type of things.
And it's not
it
really
detaches him further from the
people.
history that we came from. And it gives him less, and the fact that he's already successful and rich, it gives him less reason to look into where we came from. So
I don't want to give him that excuse, though.
No? I mean, I'm not giving him an excuse. I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, he was wrong for saying what he said the way he said it. But even though he said it wrong, I can still, like, part of me can still understand what he was trying to say.
Right.
But I think the reason why he said it wrong was because he's so far detached from what it really was, and being able to, and taking the time to learn that information to be able to convey it accurately.
I think if the question is, if we understand what he was trying to say, was it right for him to say it at all? Period. Like,
if we do understand it?
Like, yeah, even if we understand it, like, was it right for him to even say that? Period.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, my bad.
Especially not the way he said it.
Like, because I think a lot of us understand what he's saying, because we live in a generation who has the choice to make, you know, to decide those type of things. But it wasn't. I don't see that it was right for him to say it, even though that he said it. It wasn't right for him to say it
because he's looking on something that happened back then from
now.
Like, yeah, that's like one of the situations where something happens to somebody, and somebody that they told a story to is like, "Yo, if I was there, I'd have." And you don't know what
if you had a
while
slave that came from, like, if a slave heard him say that shit. They probably be like, what the fuck? Like, they probably be as hurt as the TMZ reporter. So.
And
so at the end of the day, only Kanye knows how that was meant to be interpreted. Did he mean it literally? That would be stupid. Did he mean it as if to say people choose this modern day slave mentality?
And I do believe that there is a large, exemplary of modern day slavery in terms of the mind state that people have and the things that they attach themselves to unreasonably. So I do believe, and that's a choice. That's a choice. 100%.
So that's why that's initially what I took it.
And I think he took that to the next level about what happened back then, even though it wasn't true.
No. Or, and this is a reach, people like to look at it, well, this is not my interpretation of it, but people like to look at it to see, oh, he's an Uncle Tom, oh, you're a coon, because...
Yeah, they photoshopped him into a white man.
Yeah, because you like Trump, you know? And I don't know, maybe, who knows? But maybe if they're trying to follow that string of thoughts, I guess, then they would maybe interpret it to mean that maybe he's trying to fit in by saying that, oh, slavery was 400 years ago.
Yeah.
Get over it.
I watched his interview he did with Charlemagne, and I listened to him talk about his whole relationship with Trump. I think he said he has a personal relationship with Trump, which I guess they kind of cool, whatever. Because believe it or not, Donald Trump was cool with a lot of people before he ran for president. He did them roasts and all that other stuff. All types of black people was banging with Donald Trump.
He was cool.
People started to not like Donald Trump once he got into that political realm.
So fucking wife don't like him anymore.
Yeah,
right.
His own
and
wife.
So, but Kanye West liked Donald Trump, whether it was personal or just the simple fact that he ran for president with no political background and won. So it was kind of like that against the odds type infatuation that he said he's always had, which is what drew him to like Donald Trump so much as a person. Now, he don't even know nothing about Donald Trump's policies since he's been in office because he doesn't pay attention. Because he doesn't even know what DACA is. So it's like, you know, but I get what he's saying in terms of appreciating Donald Trump's movement into the political realm, having no background experience, because it's almost, like I said, one of those against the odd type thing. So it's like, I get what Kanye West has said about some things, but that whole slavery, like, I can't.
I get that too, the whole, like, Donald Trump thing and him, like, you know, him being his friend, I guess. I understand that too. But that just points more attention to the fact that how corrupt our system is for him to be able to basically bullshit his way into the presidency. Like, it just, like, and I don't support that. I feel like our whole system should be changed because of how he bullshitted his way into becoming a president or whatever. And I don't support that. And I really wouldn't want to support the fact that he did that. It's a big ass slap in the face, honestly, because he did that shit. So it's just like, I don't know. It's just I just want to move, honestly. Like, I really don't want to be a part of the country if somebody like Donald Trump.
Be honest with you, like I said, like I frequent Reddit often, and there's people on there from everywhere. You know, during the election, America was the laughing stock of, and this period, like people. We were the fucking laughing stock. Like, people were not taking us seriously. Like, they see us as gun-toting, stupid, shoot now, ask first clowns. Like, we're clowns. Look who you elected a clown as your president. We're clowns. Like, people still see us that way. Is Trump still your president? Okay, get your shit together. Then talk about us. Don't say anything about Brexit. You have nothing to say about Brexit. Fix your shit first, then talk about Brexit. Like,
and I'm not. I can understand, and I actually do appreciate someone who's not a politically bred person running for office, because I feel like
it's happened before.
Career politicians are always the
He's
ones
not the only one.
Right.
But is Arnold Schwarzenegger still the governor of California?
I don't know. I don't think he is.
I don't think
anymore.
So. Not anymore.
No.
I think
He's
he
not
was
the
for a
only
while.
one, though.
He
Because wasn't Ronald Reagan was an actor before he was a before he was a president.
I did not know that.
So he was an actor before he was a president. So it's not the only time that something like that has happened.
Right, and I don't mind people that's not politically bred being president, but it's just specifically him. Like, it could have been, like, I saw all kinds of, like, little stupid stuff about people not running political realm running for president. At one point it was The Rock. I was like, that's cool. At one point it was Waka Flocka. I'm like,
like, do you really know what you're doing?
Angelina Jolie.
Before Kanye even started this whole thing, at one point it was Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye
and
said
I'm
it
like,
too, didn't he? Yeah.
That would be cool. It's just specifically Donald Trump being and the personality that he has that's kind of just like, nah. But I do appreciate, you know, people that's not career politicians being able to get that role. Because it brings more of a common sense. Yeah. It's supposed to bring more of a common sense aspect to things that should be common sense that just don't make sense now.
Yeah, I get it too, but I would literally feel Donald Trump bullshitted his way into the presidency.
Oh, yeah,
because it's specifically him. Like, it's not like,
it's not.
Because Arnold Schwarzenegger did. I feel like, so I'm not in California, so I don't know how well he did, but he was governor for a minute.
For a while, yeah.
Like, he was governor for a minute, so it makes me feel like he did a good job. So that lets me know that you could come from a different career and then, take on, a political career or whatever. But Donald Trump has a lot of failures that people don't even talk about in his real estate career, or being a businessman. He has failures, and people, because of his name is bigger than his failures.
Right. That
people still stick behind him, and they voted for him to be president because whatever his PR team is, they can hide all his failures.
Well, that is the truth, because we've still yet to get to the bottom of this whole Russian. What is it? They
collusion.
Yeah, they somehow boosted the polls. They did something with the polls.
Yeah, with the polls.
We've yet to get to the
We have
conclusion
not.
of that.
Yes, and they got the
and
FBI.
now Facebook is involved.
Facebook, FBI, everybody's involved in it, and it's something wrong because it's been a year. He's been a president for a year, right? Hold up, when he became a year?
It's been over a year.
So, and they're still investigating it. Like that's
coming up on 2, I think, right?
So, Mark Zuckerberg was on Stand For It recently. Besides the whole Cambridge Analytica thing.
Yeah.
He was on, Stand For It recently, and he was questioned about it. The whole, how did Facebook, what effect did they have on the election, basically? Because they know that there was something going on there. I don't know what the conclusion was of that, because I haven't really watched the full thing, besides they memeing him to death. Because they say he's a
right.
Yeah, what did they say? He's a lizard, a human lizard. He's a lizard person. He's weird, man. Like, I don't know, but Mark Zuckerberg, I don't know what the conclusion to that was. I don't know if he's done.
I don't know the conclusion to that either. Is he going to jail or not? Like, what's going on?
He's probably not going to go to jail. He may be fined, but I don't think he's going to get any prison time.
No.
And the whole Russian election thing might just be swept under the rug.
Yeah, I feel like it's just going. They've been lingering on it so long. I think it's just going to get to a point where people just ain't going to care no more.
Well, yeah, that's what happens. Like, you draw something out long enough, people gonna stop paying attention to it, and that goes back to the whole Kanye thing. Like, everybody's mad now. Give it like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. They're gonna be.
He didn't drop 2 songs this week, right?
I actually liked that song he made with T.I.
Yeah.
That was a good song. It was insightful, and it made it was a call to action, basically. It's like, we're going to do this on the record, and y'all can just talk about whatever y'all talk about from there. Now, I sided more so with T.I. in that song than Kanye.
Yeah, I did too.
But again, like I said, I can understand what he's trying to say, or where he's coming from, for some of it. Some of it, like I said, is nah. But again, there's also, like the thing you said, his mental health situation, whereas I don't think Kanye has ever fully recovered from losing his mother. And I think that was the start of his decline, and there just hasn't been any rebound.
Yeah, it's so weird, because 2004 Kanye, college dropout Kanye,
Jesus Walks Kanye,
it's a whole other Kanye.
Not the same Kanye that we have today.
Because he had that ground, that base, I guess, of his mother, and then once his mother passed, I feel like it was just out the window, and then all he had was the Kardashians.
She died so tragically too. She went for a breast reduction and died during surgery. So it was just like, it's not something that you would prepare for at all. Like, it was just, you never prepared for somebody to die. But I mean, like,
from something that you wouldn't.
Yeah, that you thought that she was gonna come out fine.
I didn't know a lot of people breast reductions were risky.
Right.
Every surgery is risky.
True.
All of them. People like to overlook. Even minor surgery is risky. Like, I had my heart rate drop over the most simple surgery. I used to have what's called a chalasia, which is like
I had that surgery too.
It's basically alright. So what it is just a benign. It's like a benign mass or tumor that's like just under your eyelid, and it looks like a sty, but it's not.
Because a sty can go away from you like putting warm water on it, and then like basically cleaning it. A sty can go away, but a chalasia, it'll be like it's big and small, big and small. It'll fluctuate size, but it just never go. It never goes away.
It has to be surgically removed. Wow. I did find a workaround for it, because it's like, you could be the person that gets it removed and it's done, or you could be the person that has like a recurrent issue like me. I had surgery for it once. My heart rate dropped they had to stop the surgery to get my heart rate back up. And then, you know, it was a question of should we continue over the smallest thing. But FYI, MSM, no Shalazian, like ever again. But anyway, so it's any surgery, the smallest surgery can become a big thing, you know? A lot of females are going to get cut up on the table nowadays. Like people getting this Brazilian butt lift.
See, there's a difference, but I always put like breast reductions and stuff like that on a different scale of like enhancements, because I think isn't breast reductions for people, you know, 'cause I guess even you got large breasts or whatever, some with your back and whatever else. So it's like there's health benefits to getting breast reduction.
Yeah, I mean, but you're still getting cut open though.
True.
Yeah. So,
but there's a benefit to it at the end of the day versus just getting your butt enhanced.
The breast enhancement surgery is like actually more invasive than a Brazilian butt lift, because they're doing like the liposuction. You're not really getting cut open though. You're getting a liposuction, and they're making an incision over your butt and then injecting that fat into your butt. There, at no point do you actually get cut open.
Oh, okay.
You know, but whereas the breast reduction, they're actually
taking something out, like
removing your nipple,
really?
taking something out. Yeah.
Wow. They're basically cutting you, taking something out, and then like reconstructing your breast.
So they also give you a breast lift, because once they remove that tissue, you're gonna be saggy if they don't, you know. So there's a bit of stuff involved. So it's somewhat risky, especially if you have pre-existing.
I didn't know y'all had to lose your nipples for breast reduction.
No, they put the nipple back when they're done.
Yeah, but they took it off.
They do take it off. They do take it off though. But
you got a replaced nipple.
Yeah.
Refurbished at that point.
But they do, like, it's a bit more involved than it is with the Brazilian butt lift. So what it is basically, when you go get these plastic surgeries done, if you have pre-existing conditions, it can be a problem. Like a lot of people walk around like, so I have this blood condition that's called factor V thrombosis. A lot of people have it and don't know they have it. They never get diagnosed. So basically what it is certain hormones introduced to your bloodstream, or you get cut open, or you get bruised. Like you run the risk of getting blood clots very easily because your blood clots more often than the normal person.
Right.
So it's a bit risky for you. You break a bone, that can be life-threatening, you know. So there was a case last year in, I believe, March, where a woman went to get a Brazilian butt lift. She went to the Dominican Republic to get a Brazilian butt lift. Supposed to be like a simple Brazilian butt lift. She go get it done, come home, big butt. She died on the table.
That's because people keep trying to go and undercut all these different avenues to try to get a cheaper way, to, you know, a less regulated way to get the result.
So these are unlicensed doctors.
They put like canola oil in like.
Yeah, that's happened. That's happened
in their butt.
But you get this unlicensed surgeon, and especially in Florida, in Miami.
Dr. Miami. You
do not need a license to practice plastic surgery. That's why a lot of people go to Florida to get plastic surgery done, because it's cheap. $4,000, $3,000 for Brazilian butt lift, whereas though here in Maryland it's probably $16,000, $20,000, because you have to be licensed here. You do not have to be licensed in Florida. Somebody died in Florida last year too.
Oh yeah.
30-year-old woman, Brazilian butt lift, died on the table. I'm like, you can have it. I'm good.
And then sometimes it don't always be the doctor. Sometimes it's in the anesthesia medicine too.
The anesthesia. Sometimes women are so desperate to get this done that they will not inform that person of their existing condition. Down on the table.
Get the anesthesia and just die. All for a butt.
All for a butt. You can just go work out if it's that deep. Like
squats, if
it's that deep.
That's crazy.
But they lazy. People are lazy. People don't like to lose weight the regular way. They don't like to. They just want a quick and fast way.
Yeah, instant gratification.
The instant gratification.
That's an American thing.
So like,
we just want everything like to happen like that. We don't want to put any work in to actually make it.
Yeah, I would rather work out for months.
I would rather work out to get a butt.
Because you know, like I know if I go on that table, I'm probably not gonna come back.
I'm not gonna make it. I don't trust people either. Like I don't trust. Like I don't know you. You ain't my regular doctor. So, like, I don't even trust my
doctor in
regular
Miami,
doctor.
right.
Like, I don't trust my regular doctor like that.
That's
like, you just
crazy.
want to give me some meds. Like, you ain't really try to help me.
Mm-hmm.
like, so,
That's a
it's
whole nother thing.
like, nah, yo. Like, I just...
I remember last week we were supposed to talk about single parenting, but that's not going to be able to happen.
We still, you know,
We don't...
never
We're,
gonna-
we're, we're all...
I know, right?
We all are taken and with no kids.
With no kids. So we're not
but you know
qualified.
what is it? What is it? The dual income, no kids. So it's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, you got a blessing going on over there. That's a whole different, yeah, we're not qualified to talk
You know
about.
something I know you may or may not remember this. So I used to watch a lot of Fairly Odd Parents growing up.
Oh, I love
That was a good show.
That was the shit. So you remember
That baby, they said that the baby wasn't.
The baby ruined the show.
Oh yeah, I
Baby ruined the
agree.
show.
The baby did.
But
ruin
Dinkelberg,
the
like
show.
any episode where the dad was going at Dinkelberg, good, right? So I didn't know it was an adult inside joke the whole time. Dinkelberg, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dink is an abbreviation standing for dual income, no kids. Dinkelberg. Dinkelberg had no kids and a wife. And that's why he was so jealous of him, because he could do all this stuff because he had no kids and dual income. Dual income, no kids, Kuberg. Like
That's literally his name.
Wow.
Wow, I never thought about that. I was thinking about the what you were saying. Oh, I mean about that show with the Fairly Godparents.
Yeah.
And the baby that they had, they was trying to say wasn't between.
Cosmo and Wanda.
Yeah, they were saying it was that other guy.
What other
Oh,
guy?
Wandissimo, because he
Yeah.
was purple.
That's
You know what? Yeah.
they was trying to say that wasn't their baby. It was him and
Wandissimo.
yeah.
The baby was purple and Wandissimo was
Yeah.
purple.
Yeah, he was purple.
Wandissimo was purple.
That's terrible.
I never
Even-
thought about that.
Even Wanda
That's
wasn't
another
right.
adult joke.
Right.
Insider. Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll
We like
once
to take
we
our closing shot.
yeah get the closing shout out. I don't know when we're gonna even talk about single parenthood because we can't relate.
No, we can't. I can't speak on that. I have no kids. We
Right.
can't speak on that. We have no kids.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
Wait till we get a guest with some kids.
I know, right? I gotta.
That's a big ass shot.
She does this every week. Like
I
literally
try.
was
I honestly tried to make it not extra this time. I feel.
All right. Well, what we got? So what would y'all give this? I gave it a 3. Or unless you want to rate it after that because you also
Yeah,
not
'cause
diluted.
Yeah, we haven't taken that.
Okay,
I haven't,
I had
yeah.
the undiluted one. Okay. Well, this is the Busy Doing Nothing podcast where you're right in the middle of the conversation. I am your host, Mr. Freeminds. To my left, I have
Taylor, aka Dot. To my left, I have.
Lee, I will figure out what to say after that at some point eventually.
You don't
at
have
some
to.
point.
You're right.
like, you don't have to. It's just strictly Lee.
If you enjoyed this episode,
Lee,
make sure you like.
AKA I real no nos.
I real no-nos, right? If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you share the videos with your friends. Make sure you go to dotscastlemedia.com, get your read-ups. Make sure you go to the BDNpodcast.com to get your tickets for the 90s party. The 90s party is definitely going to be lit. And the person with the best 90s outfit is going to receive a reward. And make sure you go to www.freemindsclothing.com. We got some new caps out if you haven't noticed. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can just take the shot now.
Yep. So until then, everybody make sure y'all be safe, cease fire, don't do nothing crazy, and we will see y'all next week.
Spill it all over my face.
Woo!
I gotta leave it running now because, yeah, that's a 2. That's a 2.
Solid 2.
2.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah. Camarina Tequila, solid 2.
Oh,
This
it's making like
Bartonura Rosé, solid 5. Solid 5.